everyone, welcome back to another Geeklies of the Storm Road to Ranked. Me and my drive man, Phil Canada, are here to teach you, and teach me more importantly, all the ins and outs of the Heroes of the Storm. Philip, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. It's a lovely Saturday morning. I'm ready to play some Heroes of the Storm.
I don't know about you, but the weather has finally gotten a little bit better here in horrible Boston, and I want to do nothing else but to stay inside and play some Blizzard products, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, the weather here has been good. I walked down to my local coffee shop and ordered a nice, cool, crisp Diet Coke from them.
Seriously?
No.
Wow.
I do drink Diet Coke in the morning, but I don't order it from a barista.
Oh, okay. Did you go to the coffee shop at all, or was that a lie?
No, that was a lie for a goof 'em up.
Okay. Well, I liked it, so that's fun. So what are we doing today, Phil?
Today, we're going to talk about the solo lane. And while everybody on your roster isn't exactly a solo laner,
It is when I play it, you know?
There may be times when you have to take over that responsibility as the solo laner, because either somebody doesn't want to, or maybe the matchup is not ideal for them. So,
Phil, would it be funny if I said I'm the solo laning? Like, because laning is kind of like lane, the solo laning. Okay, keep going.
That's fine. You should type that out to your team at the beginning.
Okay.
and then explain the whole.
So, hey, my last name's Lanning, by the way.
So I'm going to be solo Lanning. So basically what I'm trying to give you today is the tools to do that job well, and also understand what the heck is going on in the solo lane. Word. Just so you don't get immediately mad if somebody dies up there.
Okay.
Because I know I do that, and I want you to be better.
Okay, well, we'll see what we can do about that.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start a custom game, and I'm going to invite you to it.
Whoa.
I'm going to put you on the other team.
No, come on.
I mean, we got to do it this way.
All right, fine.
Yeah, cool. I pressed the start game button, worrying that we weren't going to go to the screen. So go ahead and pick up Dahaka. I picked up Vala here. And we're going to talk about kind of solo lanes. Okay. Dahaka is a normal solo laner. He's somebody you should expect when you're picking them to play in the solo lane. Vala is not a character I would exactly put in there immediately, just because her DPS is relatively high, but she can function in the solo lane if she needs to. So this is going to be sort of a good example of like, okay, well, I don't typically see this person, but let's see what we can do with it.
Okay.
So just go ahead and hit ready whenever you're ready, and it'll get us in there. Nice.
Yeah, Dahaka's very gross, but I like him a lot.
Dahaka is one of my favorite characters in this game. Like, I think it's because he came out like a month or two after I actually started playing this game, and I was like, "Oh, new character, cool! I can, get this." And what is okay? Well.
What happened, Phil?
Phil. Well, I forgot it gives you the ARAM stuff whenever you load this in. So this used to be a map that go ahead and hit escape and then hit quit.
Okay, well, we learned a little something there.
I forgot Lost Caverns, they give you the ARAM stuff, and it doesn't give you just like a normal game like it used to.
Whoops.
All right, we're going to do this. All right, this is going to work this time.
Okay.
Because we're just going to Tomb of the Spider Queen.
Sure. Keep it simple. That's what I say.
Yeah. Be simple about it. Yeah, a little goof in there.
Oh, wow. That was really zany when you did that on purpose as a joke.
Yeah, behind the scenes.
Yeah, we planned that for weeks and weeks and weeks.
That would actually be a very dumb joke.
All right. Just wait till next month where we do something even worse.
Where we say we're going to play this game and then we actually load up Dota 2.
Yes. Well, Dota 2 is a good game for bad people, so I like it.
That is true. All right. So let's go. First, I want to talk about, if you're the solo laner, where should you be? And it's really easy on 2-lane maps. Basically pick top or bottom, or wherever your team isn't going, go to that lane. It's usually top lane on 2-lane maps, but the reason why, it's not really clear. On 3-lane maps, like Tomb of the Spider Queen, you're going to look for what lanes are the closest to each other. So in this case, it'd be top and mid. Okay. The transition time between top and mid is shorter than it is from like middle to bottom. So therefore, bottom is going to be your solo lane, just because it takes longer. And the reason why you want this is because as a solo laner, you have the high potential to get ganks. Usually that is where they will target their ganks towards you. And so you want to give yourself the longest amount of time possible. So if you see a bunch of people up in mid lane, and they all disappear from the minimap, you got to be like, okay, I should leave now. That's exactly what I should do. Cool. I'm just beating you up a little bit. All right.
Why?
Because I like it. All right. So what we're first going to talk about is how to position in lane.
Okay. I should be here the whole time, right? And now you can't see me.
Yeah, you can do that, and you can passively gain XP. And sometimes you want to do that. You want to deny vision every once in a while. I'm not saying that should be your main game plan.
Okay.
But it is a game plan that you can have. I'm just going to clear up the lane so we kind of keep it in the middle.
Yeah.
And what you want to do as a melee character, and this is going to be pretty much true for every melee, you want to try to get up in my face as a range character.
Okay.
Typically, range characters have lower HP pools.
Yes.
And so that means if you do more damage to me, I'm less likely to stay in lane. And that's ultimately the goal, is to get the other solo laner out of lane, away from the XP and away from their team.
Okay. Make them vulnerable, make them sad.
Correct. So now what I want you to do as the Haka is press W, walk up, and then try to hit me. So you do incremental damage. All right, now back up.
They shot me.
Yeah, I have towers here, but you know.
I'm kidding. I knew that was going to happen.
That's life. So this incremental damage you do with your W is going to hit the lane, and it's going to allow you to clear the lane while hitting me.
Yeah.
And putting damage on more DPS on me through your basic attacks and through your W. So now, you should absolutely walk up and do this. Now I got to panic and get out, and I got out. But as you can see, I already had to tap my well.
And you don't have that for who knows how long, you know?
2 minutes, exactly.
Who's to say?
2 minutes.
Okay.
So I either have to rely on globes, but that still only gets me up to like less than half health. So I'm going to have to back because I'm losing this lane.
Yeah! And then I've won the game of Here's the Storm.
You've won a minor portion of it, but now I'm losing every XP that's every minion that gets killed by my towers. I'm losing that XP for my team. Yeah. I'm not gaining that, and you're doing a perfect thing right now. You're kind of stalling out the lane and not clearing it as fast, and just like making me lose more XP. So that's a good job.
Thank you.
Now, that's going to be pretty true for every melee character.
Gotcha. Try to bully, but don't bully too hard.
Correct. And what you want to watch out for is, I'm a little Vala down here. Nobody, I can't win this. So if I ask
scared
while I'm backing, I'm like, hey, can somebody come gank bottom? You're doing a good job of staying on your side of the map, so you have less of a travel time. Now you've gotten into danger territory.
Yeah.
And something I want to talk about right there, which happened, was I cleared the lane. The minions immediately look for their next target. And in that case, you were the target that was next available. So you got what was called a lane collapse on you. And this is actually going to start hurting. Oh, if I don't die here.
Daddy.
Yeah, see, there's nobody left. And all these minions are going to start hitting at you.
Yeah.
Now, I've done my job and bullied you out of lane. You popped your essence. And I killed you.
Well, I didn't pop my essence. So.
You used your well, which takes some time as well.
Yeah, I should have done both in that instance. I mean, I wasn't really playing for real, but you know how it goes.
Exactly. It was all for example, and I know that.
We learned something.
But still, I'm sitting here quarter HP, clearing this lane, pushing it in, backing up, and playing safe. Now I've gained all that experience. You've lost some of it, and you're coming in now. And,
oh, you ran away from my tongue.
Yep. And I knew as a character to save my mobility tool for that, because you're going to come in with a vengeance. Typically, you can kind of read people's reactions. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Get up there. Bully me. And that was a good example, too. So my cooldown on my bolts, I used it initially to get away from you.
Right.
That means I have nothing left. So if I step up again, you walk up there, you beat the crap out of me because I have nothing. Now I'm losing the lane because you did that.
Right, because you won a small victory, but you overpushed, and now I'm the man who has won another victory.
Yeah, so as you can see, it's a seesaw, and it's hard to be like binary choice of this is the good thing, this is the bad thing, this is the good thing, this is the bad thing. It's you're playing your own little mini game of Heroes of the Storm. And so it's important to know what to do. You have that idea in your head of like, I want to try to do this.
Right.
But do it kind of conservatively so you don't ruin your team's XP game. That was a good attempt. You did exactly what you needed to do. Now your cooldowns are kind of off, so you're backing up, and I'm going to have to try to poke you down from out here. But you're staying close enough to soak XP, so you're doing good. And then what I want to talk about now is what my job is. Say the roles were reversed. You were the Vala, I was the Dahaka. What am I trying to do to you? Well, as I said earlier, you can passively soak this XP. Like, minions are dying. I'm getting the XP. I'm not having to last hit them. So I'm just using my abilities to hit you.
That jump of yours is really mean.
Yep.
Stop shooting me.
Never.
It hurts.
See, now you're out of range of XP, and all this juicy XP is mine to collect. So that's your job as range. Use your range. That's your biggest advantage as a range character. If you can stutter step like I'm doing, where you attack and then move immediately, that's a tool you're going to really want to have.
Yeah.
In the solo lane. And even using it as a melee character is good too. Like attack, move away. Attack, move away. It makes it harder for them to hit skill shots.
Yeah. You don't want to just be standing there like a big old dude. Oh, I'm never going to hit you with my tongue.
I didn't even use my vault this time.
I know, that was just on me. I try to anticipate it, you know what I'm saying?
Now I vaulted forward like a madman. Something you should probably never do.
Well, we're learning today, you know? It's a whole thing. Ow.
Yeah. Another thing to take note of is characters' abilities, and more specifically, if they are skill shot based or AoE based. So go ahead and stand in the middle of the lane, like you're doing now. Like in between, I pinged it, but you can't say it. Like stand on your wizard, the thing that drops the globe. Yeah. So if I use my Hungering Arrow, it hits that, it goes to you eventually.
Yeah.
You're standing in the minion wave, so you're blocking that specific skill shot.
Right.
Now, stand back with the other spider minions. Now, if I use my W ability, that hits everything. So I got value because I hit you and the minion wave.
Got it.
So it's tough with Vala, where she has two abilities that basically do the exact same thing.
Right, one of each.
Yeah. But if I know, for example, you're playing Dahaka and you want to use your W on the wave and use it on me, well, why don't I just stand up here away from the minion wave? So you have to walk up to me and use your W.
Meanwhile, you're stutter stepping and making me sad.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm dictating how you use your abilities, or at least I'm trying to. And it's pretty prevalent on, say, a Chromie. You know, a Chromie wants to blow up the lane using her W. That's her only form of wave. You did it.
I never feel like I do that right, but
you did it. You waited for me to use my vault, and you held your ability. You grabbed me as I was coming out of that vault. Now, just a play note here: you can auto attack while you have somebody timed. So
yeah, I feel like he never does that, and I guess it's my fault.
What you have to do is just stop, and it will automatically auto attack.
Oh, okay. Because I always try to drag him.
Yeah, and you don't have to. And sometimes that's the most important thing about playing Dahaka is you don't have to drag him backwards.
Got it.
You just have to grab him and put DPS on him.
Cool.
So let me. Oh God, I should pick talents. Okay, so yeah, for instance, just I'm up here. I'm going to stand still. Come up and drag me, and then don't pull. Just left, and see he automatically does it.
That's cool.
Once you come into range, the auto attack begins.
Yeah, interesting. Cool. Good to know. Good to know. We learned two things just now: how to play good and maybe be slightly better at Dahaka.
Yeah. And so it's those minor things like that, that you know how to maximize your DPS and all these things.
Right.
The whole objective of the map is to collect these spider butts, these gems. I don't want to walk towards your side of the lane because you'll kill me, and that doesn't seem good.
Right, because I have a tongue, I'm strong, I'm fat, all these things.
Yeah, all those things that I don't want to deal with as a little Christmas girl over here. Let's talk about your global ability.
Sure.
Because this is something I don't have in this specific use case, but it is something that you need to take advantage of.
Right.
You either need to use it to, once the wave is clear and you're low on health, maybe back up, use your Hearthstone, go back to base, refill, and then come in using your Brush Stalker ability, your global, to get back in lane quickly. Or, since I have to mount up and walk to top lane, that's going to take me some time. Say you guys want to do boss, which is located in the top lane.
Gotcha.
You can tell your team to start it, you can clear the wave, and then you can be up there with the team and take a 4v5, because I'm down here in the bottom lane, and it's going to take me at least like 30 seconds, 45 seconds to get all the way up there and be effective in the team fight. So you can swing team fights normally pretty well.
So I can kind of do both things of like I'm clearing the lane, and since I can move so custom fast, I just go. Oh no, you hit me.
Yeah, I interrupted your tongue too.
Man, damn. Who's to say? I probably would have hit it, and everyone
you would have
super impressed by that. I think probably.
You 100% would have if it weren't for my raw mechanical skills. And not me just spamming my buttons like I was.
For sure. Yeah. I saw that. So that's all about the whole thing of if like every character has something that makes them special. In this case, Dahaka can brush stalk anywhere on the map here. That with those what would you call that symbol? I guess it's bush symbol, right?
Yeah, they're technically like fog of war area.
Yeah.
Yeah, like on this specific map, there are vents, and everywhere else, they're bushes.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what Volskaya is. It's also kind of that weird, like techno future. It's just like weird vents coming out of the city. Like, all right, cool.
I turn into an alien from Alien.
Yeah, and then you burrow around.
Since I want to say I do kind of look like one of those, sort of, but not really.
Yeah. So let's see here. What else do I have here?
What else for solo laning? For solo landing. Get it?
for solo landing. You also want to change your mentality.
Yes.
Solo lane.
Yes.
I have this new look on Heroes of the Storm where I am the greatest player that's ever been around, and you'll hear me joke about like my raw mechanical skill.
Yes.
And that's mostly a joke, but at the same time, it's also something I tell myself, so I start to believe it, and it changes my mentality in how I play.
I respect it.
It's kind of breaking my brain and also breaking my friendships with other people when I'm just like screaming I'm the best after I'm doing baseline stuff. But it's also fun to do.
Yeah.
So you're doing a real good job right now of just like be aggressive. Like you have every advantage in this fight because I've blown like pretty much all my cooldowns, and I have such a tiny health.
I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna run away.
You could walk like. I think I mentioned this last time. On the health bar, every line is the same amount of health.
Yeah.
No matter what the character. So the more little lines you have, the more health you have than me. You have like every advantage in this. You probably have 60 stacks of essence right now at minimum.
50. Oh yeah, I do.
Yeah. So that's a whole health bar essentially. You have 2 health bars right now, and your health bar is like triple the size of mine, you could just walk up and kill me because I'm essentially paper and you're a giant bird.
Right, like if you goof up, and I just did that for fun. If you goof up and use your jump ability, I know that I can come in here and be a real rude boy.
Yeah, precisely. Oh, wait, you turned in by yourself. Okay. Yeah, so, like, look what I'm doing. I'm doing something insane and just, like, messing up completely. You look at that and you're like, okay, you're dead. 100%.
That was easy. That was easy mode. I'm gonna have to use all my abilities.
Sometimes you just have to scream, "I'm the best," and go for it.
Yeah,
and try to and win the video game.
I mean, sometimes games like this are, they fortune favors the bold, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I got my other arm back, which is one of my things I like about the Haka. Sorry, I know that's not necessarily why we're here, but I like when the Haka gets his new arm. That's just me.
Yeah. And that's something to be said as well. If you find something you enjoy about a character that makes you want to play that character, then play it. You know, like, damn the meta, damn your team. You know, well, not damn your team, but, you know.
Damn your friends if it's a late night where you can just be silly, you know.
Yeah. Like, we've been playing, like, pretty much every game with a Tyrande in our sort of, like, in the Discord with the Heroes of the Storm people, because Brad loves that character and she's getting reworked to a point to a point where she's going to be a completely different character, and we're like, okay, I mean, Brad enjoys it, so let's just keep playing Tyrande. You know, give him a kind of a goodbye farewell
it's like a
ride
swan
with
song for Yield Tyrande.
Yeah, exactly. One of his favorite characters getting reworked to the point where he doesn't think he's gonna like him, so or her. So it's like, all right, I'm fine with this. We can play Tyrande every game for like the past week. So yeah, play a character you like, that you think you can do well on, and that's another part is you have to be pretty mechanically skilled in the solo lane.
Yeah.
So you have to know your character pretty intimately. You know, I'm not going to be like, I'll take the solo lane with, you know, somebody like a Yrel. I don't play Yrel all that much. I don't really know. I can't use her to the level I can like Dahaka, Falstad, Ragnaros. Those are kind of my key solo laners, right? Because I know them so well. I've played them. I know how they move. I know their attack speeds and whatnot.
And as we've said before, part of the point of this series is both to give me or especially for this section of the series, is to give me a hero pool that I can deal with, as well as like giving more general tips on that road. So it's not necessarily just to get me to ranked. It's to get everyone to an ability where they could maybe be in rank too.
Yeah, it's to get everybody to a point where they enjoy the game and want to play it. Because that's ultimately the goal, is to get more people to play Blizzard games.
More products for Blizzard, get that money for Blizzard. Love when Blizzard has money.
That's the only thing good in this world is money.
Yeah, and you can't see me.
I can't. The last point I want to make, and the last thing I want to iterate as a solo laner, is know when to join your team. Because there's a point... Are you still in this bush? No, you weren't. There's a point where you will need to join your team because they obviously need your help at some point. Oh, you're just attacking my core, Tim.
Yeah. You were telling me, like, know when to join. And I was like, you know what? How about now?
I'm going to join my team of 5 catapults on the innate core. Which sometimes is the most effective team ever. But you died for it.
Yeah, and it wasn't. I was changing the volume, so I didn't use my essence or my underground ability or anything really.
Yeah, sure you don't. I get that.
It's right here. Check the stream. I was in the options menu. I didn't die in a bad way.
I'm too busy beating you. I can't do it. So your team will need you at some point.
Right. This isn't Dota where one character just hides for the entire game.
Yeah, you're not gonna suddenly, get all the levels and all the gold and just win the game for your entire team because they left you alone and you didn't get ganked. It's like, that's not going to happen in Here's the Storm.
Right.
You often need a coordinated effort to turn in objectives, to, push out the map and do all these things. So here are the kind of big areas of when to join your team. At level 10, that's a very good time to do it. Like, if you have level 10s and they don't have 10s, join the team, brush stock up, look for a fight, do something.
Yeah.
Because they're going to want to get 10s, and if they're not trying to, then you've already, won that little exchange.
Right.
So all those things kind of play into it. If there's an objective that is like a Infernal Shrines, for instance, where it says like, here's the beacon, everybody go kill the beacon.
Right.
Well, you should go kill the beacon.
Yeah, you don't want to hang out in lane. It's like, well, I'm solo lane. Good luck, guys.
Yeah, exactly. That's not your point. What you should do is, if you have a global, use your global ability of clear the lane, get that last little bit of XP, and then you can go join them. Yeah,
I feel like that was one of the early sort of lessons you taught, was basically get in there, try to clear the lane, and once you clear the lane, figure out what to do next, and then you move on to clear the lane in anticipation of what to do next, as opposed to like that slight difference of clear then what. It's now you want to do this, so clear type situation.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I think I lost the game here.
Yay, I'm good.
Nope, not quite. You also want to join your team anytime you have a talent tier advantage. That will come up, like, you'll see a small, if you look at the very top where it has like 16 and 18, which are our levels, there's a small bar that lights up whenever like you have an advantage.
Stop.
Nope.
They got you.
I was like, I'm gonna walk in there and poke it.
Yeah, never. Not in this house.
Good to know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, that's not a level lead. I forget what that's for. I think that's close to leveling, or if you're like ahead of them in a massive amount of XP.
Okay.
Which you are now. So basically, anytime you have a talent tier advantage, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, 20, especially a level 20, because that leads me into the next point. After you get to level 20, there's really no reason to be in lane anymore,
right?
Except to clear up catapults if you've lost a keep. That's the only reason to be there.
Got it.
In most cases, I will say that. So XP doesn't really matter anymore. You should be with your team, because that's how you win the game. You kill them. The death timers are at 2 minutes. You have enough time to do something else.
Right.
Like win the game. And then also, if the enemy dies, maybe you're stuck in the lane, you use your brush stalker down to a different lane, and your team wins the fight miraculously. Your idea shouldn't be, well, they can do it all by themselves, I'm going to stay in lane and clear it up.
Right.
Minions and forts and keeps all go away if you win the game. It doesn't matter if you win the game. So win the game.
Yeah. It seems like aggressiveness can be rewarded if you capitalize on the momentum you have or what have you.
Yeah, and I'll say this. This is kind of the barometer I go off of. Before 10s, forts are great. They shouldn't be your main objective, but you should work to get forts down. Between 10 and 13, getting forts is okay. It's worth a good amount of XP. After 13, you should be looking for keeps. Mm-hmm. And then if you're, say, level 17 to 18, you should be looking for chances to end the game.
Okay. Right.
So those are kind of, you want to get some XP, like front walls before 10, because those are worth some XP. Forts are fantastic at that point. Once 10 to 13, forts are good. 13 to 16, looking for keeps and keep front walls. And then from there, you just want to win the game. So you're looking for every of those advantages to kind of join your team. If they're pushing a fort and you're level 16, you don't need to do it. You don't need to join them. You also shouldn't be pushing a fort when you're level 16.
Right.
There's no... It helps, but it doesn't do anything that's great and doesn't put you leaps and bounds ahead of your enemy.
Right.
Taking a keep before you're 16, ooh, that's the good stuff. That's perfect. That's what you want.
That makes Phil happy, it sounds like.
Yeah, that makes me real happy. That's something I want. Tony is asking if he can play Illidan. No, Tony, you know the answer to that.
Sorry, Tony. No Illidan.
That's fine. So that's all I have for the solo lane. So big takeaways from this. Join your team when you can or when you need to. Clear the wave by being aggressive and knowing your character better than the enemy.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Where to stand is... If you are melee, you want to be in the ranged character's face, trying to poke them out and keep them away from the XP. If you're a ranged character, you want to kite people by doing small amounts of damage and staying away from their melee range. If they have AoE, make them make a choice whether they want to clear the lane or try to hit you. Or if they have single target abilities, stand in the minion wave so they get less value out of that single target.
Gotcha. So it requires playing and learning, unfortunately. Damn.
It does.
I thought this would be the episode where you just unlock the secret to automatically knowing everything, but that's okay. It sounds like it takes experience in practice and failing sometimes, maybe.
It very much does. And so with that in mind, make sure you don't be mean to your solo laner. Try to do everything you can to help them out by like going into their lane, trying to get ganks.
Yeah.
Anything like that. Make the solo lane's job easier if you can.
Let them be the happy person for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you so much for taking us on this highway, one lane highway, I guess I would say, of such an important role within the game. Is there anything else you want to say on this installment of Road to Ranked?
If you want to find out any information from this one or the previous Road to Ranks, you can do that over at heroeshearth.com under BLT Extra B. That's my username on there. I'm going to be putting up blog posts for this as well as builds for characters. So if you want to begin your journey into Heroes of the Storm, I would recommend starting there. Also, play the tutorial, read about your characters. That's all I got.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, everyone who's watching either on Twitch or on YouTube sometime in the future. We appreciate it so much. We will see you next time on Geeklies of the Storm, Road to Ranked. Have a good one.